Hello there. Welcome to the Paintology live stream on drawing with the phone, as you can see here. At the moment, the live stream seems to have some issues on one of the previous devices I used. So therefore, looks like I'm somewhat late, but I'm going to see if the streaming issue is going on in the back end, or it's something related to my network connection or not. So I'll continue as long as I can until if these messages persist. So let me go ahead and show you a few resources for drawing with the Paintology app. The first thing you want to do is go to paintology.com. So from the home page, you will see this pink button, Daily Step-by-Step Video Tutorials. Click on that, and then you'll come down here and see the big links here, Paintology streams and produce streams. These are in fact the two channels that show YouTube live stream channels, the two YouTube streams that I use. Typically, most people would not use this section of the YouTube, but I'm doing so because I feel it's worthwhile area for me to show you real art techniques, digital techniques that are sorely missed in most people when they draw because they're not really familiar with art techniques. And art techniques are something that is the missing element that most people or most artists or beginner artists tend to overlook, and hence they're not able to raise their skill set any further. Okay, so that's what is different about the Paintology drawing app. Okay, so please keep that in mind, that the app is not the same as the other apps, and if you're looking to compare the Paintology with other apps, you'll be doing Paintology injustice. Yes. So this page you sort of bookmarked, you should bookmark, as you can see, 18th November, which is today, 8 GMT. So I'm doing this at an earlier time than usual, and you'll see there that I have a link, reference image, produce the two streams, part 1, part 2, and so with the reference image, I click on that, and then you'll see the famous Gustav Klimt painting that I'm going to do on my phone. And the two streams are part 1, produce, part 2, Paintology. So as you can see, part 1, produce 8 GMT is my stream. Okay, so doing currently. And then I break it up into two. So the second part, I follow probably, I give myself 5-10 minutes break, and then we resume part 2 and complete the drawing. Okay, so this is in essence what works here. So the other resources I would like to show you are the Quora, paintology.quora.com. Please do go to this established site that I've had for a number of years, many posts, and these posts are designed with a short blurb on what I'm doing, so you can follow me and you'll find everything that related to Paintology. I write articles under my profile in the Quora space. I write a lot of articles. I've written, I think, not just articles, I've written answers, 1,400 I believe. But if you are looking for a lot of blog articles, please go to the paintology.com website. Okay, and then let's open this in app and I can show you a bit more. So you can see here I've got plenty to keep you busy. Very. like this snowy drawing as well. This one. This is all done on the phone. And there's so many examples of drawings there. These are all done on my Samsung Note 10. You can see here, and you can do exactly the same. So, see the late Matthew Perry. Those paying a tribute to him, and this is the famous Marilyn Monroe. And then I did, this was attempted a realistic drawing of a robin bird. It was done in one sitting. So all of them are available, all these drawings and the streams you can find on that page I showed you earlier. So that's paintology.com. Now, let's head back to, let's go head back to the drawing. So we downloaded that image. So in order to continue, we should go to trace image and open up that image, and you can see here that we have this wonderful famous painting. You can zoom in and see some of the details. This is the image that we're going to draw, reference image. So just keep in mind that drawing is about practice and learning the skills, and this is one of the big methods that I encourage everyone to draw with, the trace method I call it. You can see if it's a trace, and what that simply means is that you're able to trace this image. The whole idea is that you can pick a color here on the palette. Let's take black, for example, all the way down here, and then just trace. Can you see it? That's it. That's trace image. You see it? That's my image that I've just drawn. And the whole idea is that you can use this trace reference image to make this drawing, and this becomes multiple times more powerful to an artist because of the color picker. So if I have this on the top half, this actually is owned by the reference image, but I can draw anywhere on this trace bar. So if I have this, let's say I've increased the brush size to 37. I'll just show you what I mean. Color picker, and then look, that's yellow color pick, because what I've done is pick the color picker, landed on the spot where that color is, and that is the color. I'll just show you, prove it to you again. Color picker on the head, so it's the black. See that? Color picker, this is picked up the green on that color picker. It's picked up that brown, dark brown. This is real power like you've never known before. It's what allows me to do something called block coloring, which anyone can do without drawing experience, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you these methods, exceptionally powerful methods, simple but so powerful that you'll be like amazed at what one can do. So before you do any drawing or painting, look at it very carefully. You know, zoom in, look at the details. I can see wonderful images here going on, right? Look at that. It's very detailed drawing. I don't know why I picked this, but I thought I'd challenge myself. Yeah, see that? So I'm gonna do a drawing here. I'm gonna do color, so I can save this. Save, so I don't have to open up the image again. And I'm going to show you, let's have a look. I'm going to show you some of my paintings that I've done. Here's one that I did on the phone a few days ago. I just realized my other phone for some reason not working. But from what I can see from the users, it is now working. The stream is now working. So you can see this one I did. You can take a close-up look, and it's all art. This is exactly how you see an art piece. Click close-up, and you'll see a mishmash of colors. That's exactly the way I draw, and it's the art techniques that I've developed from traditional medium. And this is the method of drawing that's going to make you draw fine art without the use of tools, the extensive use of tools. The only reason the tools are used are essentially made for beginners, and digital tools. If you go dive into digital tools, it's very easy because you don't have the biggest problem is you don't have artistic skills at all. You don't know what they are. They're somehow shrouded in mystery because you see all these artists take the same basic tools that you and I would use, but somehow magically turns a canvas into a wonderful piece of art. Yeah, that's why artistic skills are not really sought by beginners. There's another one I've done here, all on the phone and through block coloring. And this is what I'm going to show you. Yeah. So I'm going to show you all this stuff. Let me go to another drawing. Yeah. This is what I showed you earlier. No. I enjoyed this one. Brings back memories of the cold, and I like always landscape. So that's what we have. I'm going to open up the drawing D, and then so I have the drawing, and then this was the color that I put down. So what is the first thing we do? Right? I have a tendency to go to just above the midpoint, and you'll understand why. So the first thing we're going to do is lay down primary colors. Have you seen traditional people lay down primary colors? You know, broad set of colors. And these, initially at the beginning, these broad set of colors doesn't amount to anything really. But slowly over time, they're able to, excuse me for a while, they're able to render a drawing, right? Over a period of time, they're able to render a beautiful masterpiece without the special, without using anything except the brush and mixing colors. That is in pure essence what the digital drawing with the Paintology app is done as well. I don't dive into tools and get shapes, correction, auto correction, layers, blending, blurring, you name it. All the digital tools you may have come across. I'm teaching you, if you're a traditional artist, I'm teaching you the very techniques that you've learned in the traditional mediums and continue to apply in the digital medium. So I'm going to do what I showed you earlier. I'm on the line brush. I'm going to pick a nice size so I can cover large swath of areas, right? So again, I can see these colors, and let me see if I've picked the right sort of color. I think I have. So I'm just going to go and pick this color, just laid down with the first set of primary colors, right? That's why I've got a bigger brush, okay? So just lay these colors down. And then again, I think it's a little bit darker on this, and then it gets a little lighter. See, when you paint, you don't really exercise any the minute blending detail or the minute gradients of tones. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, and then so that's the primary color I put down. And then just put them down and then make sure it's roughly about right. Doesn't have to be exact. Now let's see, I can see a large swath of yellow. I'm going to pick that, just put that down. I think Klimt uses the yellow for all most of this subject matter here in the middle. Right, so I look at it like when I'm drawing these great masters, I'm getting into the mindset of why they drew all the elements like they did. You can do the same. Look, this is no drawing experience required. And now look at this color there. There's probably green. So I'm gonna pick this kind of color. I believe it's this color. Yeah, that he's used. Let's put that down, okay? So you might have seen artists go about their painting putting these broad colors. It's uninteresting to people who view it. The thing is, these artists have come to understand that majority of people come here just to watch the whole process rather than actually do it themselves. But Paintology is different. I'm not here to showcase my skills. I'm here for you to teach these skills, and you've got a phone, so you can't tell me you can't make this same. Because I've made drawings in many phones. It doesn't have to be the Samsung Note with this native stylus. Use your finger. I've done so many paintings with my finger as well, and lots of other different phones. I use it for testing. I want to reduce the brush size. You can see what I did here. I'm going to take these. Oh God, I hate that one. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to take the color. So I've got this cursor on my canvas, which means any color picker will only work on my drawing and not here. So I've decided I'm going to just go to my end and then just pick the yellow that I picked, so it's the same color, and just wrap it around like that. And then notice this color here. I mean, so I'm going to reduce that because that's a big brush, and then just put that down here. And notice what he's done. He's actually, there's a whitish light area of the foot, which is naturally what we see on our foot. It goes down to a lighter shade. So I'm going to follow the shade, the colors that he has for the feet. Okay, there, just following it, doing nothing different. Just close that so I can get to my painting. And now you can see here that we need to carry on this piece and just close up. So we practically laid down the full set of colors except for some parts of the head, so towards the top. So we can do the same thing. We can go to our canvas, move the cursor, pick my color, and just lay down these primary colors. And then, so it's quite big. So let's reduce it again. Right there. And now since we've zoomed in, we can move our cursor to the reference image and do these flesh tones that he has going on this. So might as well, right, do that. Just pick up the flesh tones here, bit by bit, color picker, bit by bit. Right, and now the hair, wonderful green and stuff he's got going on here. And we can come back to it. I'm not too worried about the details. If you notice, the traditional artists are not worried about details at the beginning. At the beginning, they're just laying down the primary colors. It's got the wonderful green as well. So this is like a such a strange set of colors, but it seems to work, isn't it? It's one of the most renowned paintings in the world, isn't it? Let's take this even further to get to that, the little nooks and crannies here, right? This color here, because this is going to be an important piece, obviously, right? Color. It's not quite white, as you can see, and there's the lips. So we're not going to get to the lips. I'm just laying down the bulk of the colors here, see? And there's some yellow going on here. Okay, some orange, another orange. Right. It's a very interesting piece of painting, isn't it? Very visually stunning, and people have admired it, just like the Mona Lisa, because it's captivating, isn't it? Because it's captivating for many good reasons. That's why the great masters have brought such beauty to the, to art that we can all enjoy. But now, you can go ahead and paint. See, I'm painting the bigger areas with this brush size, not going into the details just yet. This wonderful red piece of flowers. So look at this shape, look at that. We're almost getting to the shape, right? So let's zoom in more. And let's tackle the bigger areas. I'm going to save this because I've been told by my developer that I need to save this and then open it up, because this is a prototype app that I'm working on. So we've got this so far, and then we're going to carry on doing bits and pieces. Look at that, we've got the good brush size, and be quick about it. Don't be so accurate. Just follow the lines. That's it. That's all you need. The brush is going to allow you to do that. Go ahead. But always use the color picker. Okay? Now let's pick the color picker that. You can see. Picking the color picker of these bands here. And then I'm going to move to this, so I don't want a different color, and then just finish that edge there, because I've got a bit more accuracy, as you can see here. Right there, can you see that? You can get a bit more accuracy of these colors. Right. When you get closer, you have a lot more accuracy. This is the color that I want, not the white, so I move back in again. And then the yellow, yeah, very easy. It's not difficult at all. And then I can pick that gray and then make sure I have it a little bit more accurate and round. That's all I'm looking for right now. And then we have this yellow, which I'm gonna put down with this brush, because this brush is just the right size for me for painting that area, isn't it? And when I keep going across, any areas that I can sort of smooth out on the, especially the larger, you know, with the areas when you use the larger brush. Oh God, done it again. There. Yeah, you can see here that I'm just tidying up these edges, so at least we're getting ready for the details we're going to do, yeah? Okay, yeah. Okay, see that there? Gotta go all the way to the edge. And then you can see here, just tidying up the edges, this resolution, yeah? And then you can see here, the orange goes up here. Because we had a big brush, we couldn't get the accuracy of this right. So I'm picking the orange up to the point, and then up there's the feet. There's that color. This is the flesh tone of the feet. And then at the bottom here again, I've got it on the lower side, so I'm picking my own colors. Right? Don't have to worry about getting it perfect. Just enough to make it look. Picking the colors there. Just enough to get on with our important drawing of the details of this wonderful picture painting. See here, got the yellow now, I think. So tidying it up there. Pick I think we're pretty much got the shape right in form. So pick that little bit of green that we missed with the color picker. And now we're ready for the rest of the picture. So we got like 10, 15 minutes to do some more of the details, okay? So keep on just doing it. Don't focus on anything. Just go zoom in and pick some of the colors. Just do it. Right with the brush, yeah? Just with the brush you have. The more you do it, the more it will come to be like this painting that we're seeing in our reference there. Don't worry about the edges. This will come here. See, I can clean it up any time. That's a bit too big for that, isn't it? But you can do something nice. Right. There. Just cover as much as you can with the brush size you have. Right? Because remember, speed is important. Don't think that you can, art is all about you can spend as long as you want. You can. But if you're really interested in learning and improving, expanding your skills, you got to have some speed, okay? And my speed comes from having practice. This is not my accelerated speed. You might think, wow, you know, this is way too fast for me, but that's because through practice I've been able to do this. It just comes naturally. Right, notice that the top, so I'm picking the colors of the painting and not our canvas, yeah? Anywhere you can see some swaths of colors, that this brush would work perfectly fine, right? There. So lovely, isn't it? Klimt. This is probably like This is like paint by numbers, but more powerful in my opinion. Look, we're just putting down colors, initial colors. Pick color picker all the time. Just lay down these colors. Look at that blue color. See if we've captured that blue we have. On any of the large where the brushes work, try and keep to a larger brush. Don't go right to the small details because you'll take forever finishing this painting. And you're gonna work on loads more drawings, not just one or two per week or one per month or something like that. You got loads to do. And you can do loads if you so wish. There, I'm just moving and laying down some of these tones that works with this. Notice some of the rectangular patterns have perimeters around them, borders I should say. And we'll get down to that. Right? But we're just laying down these colors. That brush size will fit. Right? That's all we're doing. Look at this lovely yellow. I think we've covered that area. So you can check what you've done here. And then we can go here. It's a very complex piece of art. So don't underestimate the time it's going to take. But my job is to always finish something in the rapid time we have. In the short time we have, that is. Yeah. So let's see what we have here. Lay down this first, isn't it? Which is quite nice, isn't it? It's coming. People will definitely recognize it. And then let's work on this. We've got like a good 10 minutes. Let's reduce this now even further. Let's go to 1.5%. Yeah? And let's just put these colors down. Is this the right brush size? Indeed it is. Look what I'm doing. I'm just scribbling. Picking these colors. Right? Picking these colors that are picked up by the colors. And then just drawing. That's all I'm doing. You'll find that as you carry on and on, you'll find that it's getting some of the shapes of this, okay? This wonderful colors that was intended for this painting. Yeah? So I'm just doing at the microscopic level. And then try and pick the colors near the middle so you don't have you haven't picked the wrong colors, okay? And then you can see, and I'm going to show you how quickly you can check your drawing without having to keep dragging the trace bar, and I'll show you this. Okay. So here, let's see what we got. So let's have a look. So we can go back and forth, right? And then you can see here, you can correct it if you so wish through this. See here, you can add this little tweaks, and then yeah, but I think we're okay with that. You see that? There you can see that this needs to be done. Here, see? And then go here. Yeah. So wonderful, isn't it? So let's have a look what we have. Wow, we've got the first pattern down there, right? And there's so many of these patterns. So we're going to have to go through a lot. So I might be able to do another one here. Right, so let me tackle this. Don't just use one uniform red. You could, but you intend the picture to be close to its original if you can. So pick up all these lovely little tones, colorful tones, and follow the, right, the patterns here. That's all. There's quite a few, but you know, in time, if we work quick enough, we'll finish it. There. There. Color picker, color picker, color picker, color picker, and then color picker, and down you go. Color picker down. Okay. Let's see how quickly you can create this wonderful patterns that are now. That's what makes up this whole beautiful painting. And look at these little ones. You know we can do that, but we'll probably need to change our brush size, isn't it? Tinier. Okay. Let's pick this. Colors. Right. Whatever brush size you have, take advantage of it. And then here. Wow, that's a purple bluish color. It's amazing choice of colors, isn't it? Just lay down these most prominent colors we can see here, isn't it? It's the famous Gustav Klimt, The Kiss. I wonder what kind of a price tag this on. we've sort of established that the Mona Lisa that we did a couple of days ago would be priceless. You know, some people hazard a guess of $1 billion, and that may still not be enough. But I doubt the Louvre is going to change their going to sell it, because, you know, after all, look at the most people go and see the Mona Lisa when they go to Paris and visit the Louvre. Right? Can you imagine if Mona Lisa was no longer there? They would lose probably half the tourists and probably half the revenue. I remember when I went to see it many years ago. It was behind a rope, not like the I think the bulletproof glass. It was behind a rope, and it was, you know, it was all in the open air. And then I looked at it, and I couldn't get a close-up of it, but still, it's a famous painting. But it didn't really strike me as anything different to any normal painting, but it doesn't really. Just a piece of art that many people see and talk about and have heard. So we're going to go this. We're actually doing well for time, so I'm gonna do a bit more of this, and then the next part, painting part 2, as you know, I'm going to finish these lovely patterns that you can see here. All these, capture as much as we can, right? This blue. And then if you haven't think you picked the right colors, you can always come back to it, right? No big deal. We'll just finish these off. So a good practice with your drawing skills. Okay? Really wonderful practice. So I encourage you to do this painting, because it improves you can see the tones that are appearing as you keep drawing, and you're transferring all of this into your drawing. There you are. That's small, isn't it? Then there's a dot here, and then followed by this curvature line. Very interesting. So we've still kept a larger brush size here. It'll really help with your drawing. See, some of them are light, some of them are this one's darker, orange, and it's just got the halo around it. So let's see these. Right there. Let's see where we are on that. Okay, we got a good part of it done, but we're going to get a lot more, isn't it? There's quite a bit of work, so we're going to spend a good hour. So we take a nice sweet break, 10 minutes, and then we'll spend a good solid hour in trying to get rest of the wonderful imagery of this onto our painting. This is where we've got, and this is where we need to get to, right? So we'll carry on. And in the space of an hour, you'd probably say, yeah, it's coming together now, isn't it? It gives you some hope. This is called the drawing process. Not many people talk about it. You see, I didn't have to dive into any tools or anything. I'm just using the same brush and I'm just drawing. The pleasure of drawing, mind you, I'm an advanced user of Photoshop, but I don't use that to create digital art. Digital art, in my opinion, is anything using the digital medium for creating art, not necessarily the tools. I'm using the same techniques as I would in traditional, and tools will just get in my way, honestly, auto corrections, layers, and all that. I just can't, I don't want to wrap my head around that because I'm not creating an illustration, brochures, or anything that's online for digital consumption. I'm just creating nice art that people will look at it and say, yep, impressive. Digital, is it digital? They're going to ask me, is it? Then they wouldn't even know it's digital. I mean, you can't tell that looks digital, is it? Looks like we used an ink canvas, and that's the great beauty of the very powerful digital medium that anyone can run, especially on the phone, as you can see here. So I'm going to resume in about 6-7 minutes for the next class, so do please join me. In the meantime, thank you for watching this channel and do subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you shortly. Bye.